Welcome back to my channel. This is Let's Be Real Brad. I talk about movies, TV shows, and do other fun and exciting videos. If this is your first time on the channel, you should hit that subscribe button and drop a like on the video. It would be very appreciated. We are back with our MCU Mondays as we talk about the 13th film in chronological order with Avengers Age of Ultron. This is the second Avengers film in the series featuring an ensemble cast, bringing back the original crew and adding new but familiar faces that will become staples to the franchise. This film is all about Tony and Bruce trying to jumpstart a dormant peacekeeping program called Ultron. Things go horribly wrong and it's up to the Avengers to stop the villainous Ultron from enacting his global plan. I have seen this film for the 4th time. This time around, I think I can say that I enjoy the movie being a decent superhero film. However, this film has a massive amount of issues that would make me more critical of the movie if I wasn't a big fan of the franchise. Since I've watched this 4 times already and haven't found myself hating it, it should be a good indication that I think this is an enjoyable, entertaining movie. So let's dive into the positives, starting with the acting. Like almost all these Marvel films, the acting is always excellent because Marvel will spend the money to get high quality actors to come in and play these remarkable characters. Everyone is giving an outstanding performance throughout the cast. I love the addition of Scarlet Witch and Vision as we get a little taste of them. They will become staples of the Avengers team in the future, but I love seeing their origins. The casting choices were also perfect for them. One of the biggest standouts is the visual effects. My goodness, this movie looks so mind-blowing. It should be considering this is the second most expensive film ever made adjusted for inflation for a net budget of $402.8 million. But the gross budget, which is what the film actually costs, is $518.3 million, all adjusted for inflation. This is kind of insane if you ask me. This shows all the crazy CGI that went into this film looking so fantastic and stunning almost 6 years later. The Hulk seems so damn real along with Ultron and his army of robots. All the action scenes and effects look so damn good that you wouldn't know what was CGI half the time. The action scenes are filled to the brim with explosive, over-the-top action that never gets old. I found myself very entertained by the Avengers kicking the crap out of these robots. Every character gets their time to shine during the action sequences, including Hawkeye, which is so damn awesome. Everyone looks incredible in all these exciting sequences. At times, the third act, it does feel like there is way too much going on. What made this film so intriguing is the divide between the heroes. Scarlet Witch is the preparator of making this team fall apart by giving the team their own separate illusions of their own fantasies, which is the most memorable aspect of the film. The group starts to bicker with each other, continually breaking this team up from the inside. It created some well-needed conflict and tension, which became the most exciting aspect of the film. This is also a very well-made film from a technical level, with Joss Whedon's directing to be pretty good, adding some electric and exciting sequences that I think are shot well as in the first film. The editing is also substantial as there are a few moments where the cuts did not match up well, making the film feel clunky, but I thought it was serviceable for this film. The sound design is incredible with being able to capture these high intense moments with buildings being smashed, laser beams going off along with being able to hear all that glorious action. Makes for a very entertaining popcorn superhero film. The film goes all in on that, and I think it makes this film work incredibly well. The cinematography is excellent for genuinely creating that Marvel look that we will see in later films. Since this is one of the first films in the series to indeed have this distinct look, I thought it was delightful having this darker atmosphere to it that I enjoyed very much. This film does have quite a bit of negatives, starting with the villain himself, Ultron. I'm going to be honest about this. I didn't find Ultron menacing for a single second. This is because the writers make this character an annoying loudmouth asshole trying to be like Tony Stark. After all, Stark created him, but it never works for me. Ultron is supposed to be a brilliant AI who wants to destroy humans altogether, but then becomes very emotional, which didn't make much sense, being a robot and all. The filmmakers should have made Ultron's voice a lot deeper and cut out the joking altogether. I didn't laugh at a single joke he delivered in the film. This is the biggest disappointment of the whole movie. As much as I find this movie very enjoyable and very watchable, the story is too convoluted and filled to the brim with too many characters. None of these characters get any sort of development. This is okay because they come together as a team to stop this villain, but since the villain and the basic story are not very very interesting, then the characters need to be developed and focused on. Each of the characters does go their separate way at some point. It felt like they were trying to set up for more movies down the road. It was so disappointing because it was so blatantly obvious and felt forced because the story should have been the main focus. This ended up making the film feel so clunky and dull at a couple parts of the film, which shouldn't happen in an Avengers film. Overall, this is a delightful film that brings all the characters we know and love back on the big screen for a new, fun, and exciting sequel with tons of great action, visual effects. It makes for an entertaining popcorn movie, but also has a terrible story with a very underwhelming villain that was too busy trying to set itself up for the future rather than its own film. I'm giving Avengers Age of Ultron a 6 out of 10. Have you seen Avengers Age of Ultron? If you have, what did you think of the film and where would you rank it in your MCU rankings? Next week we will be talking about the last film of Phase 2 with Ant-Man. So make sure to check it out before next week's review. As always, I will see you all in the next video.